I just don't love to post my kids on social media. They don't love it.
Yeah.
Sometimes they do.
Like Mason doesn't love it.
He's
not Angel
on
818.
social media.
Yeah.
Kourtney Kardashian is fed up and is finally firing back at everyone running wild with this crazy story about her 15-year-old son, Mason Disick, having a whole baby. Y'all know it is serious when Kourtney takes to her Insta stories to address this, because normally Kourt would be so unbothered. However, we've now come to learn that blogs can run just about anything about her and she'll let it slide, but her kids are where she draws the line. And honestly, this might be one of the rare times he actually did it right by speaking up, because the rumors got way too messy and now the whole family drama is out in the open. Grab your popcorn, cause we need to talk about this.
Mason especially, like, if he's going through something, you know, I talk to him about my life and like mistakes that I did, and I'm like, here's what I've done and what's worked for me, what hasn't worked for me. And like even recently, like he's starting to really like girls, and obviously girls like him. And I just said, you know, it's like, you can do whatever you want.
Before we get into what Kourtney actually said, let's rewind real quick, cause some of y'all might be confused, like, wait, where did this whole Mason got a baby story even come from? Trust me, the way this all started is just as messy as the rumor itself, so let me break it down for y'all from the very beginning.
I really love to give my kids as much attention as I can, like one-on-one too. And together. I think it's important.
Not so long ago, wild articles started popping up online claiming that Mason Disick had exposed himself and that he has even got a 1-year-old baby girl. The first red flag was that not one single trusted news outlet reported this, only a bunch of sketchy blogs from unverifiable sources. Still, the rumor blew up, especially when TikTok got in on the action. Let's just check out one such article, which read, Mason Disick, the eldest son of Kourtney Kardashian and Scott Disick, is at the center of swirling rumors after claims surfaced on social media that he fathered a child. Alleged screenshots from a private Instagram account purportedly belonging to Mason suggested the 15-year-old has a 1-year-old daughter named Piper with a former classmate. Now, get this. Mason has always been a little bit sneaky online. He's known to create extra social media accounts, those so-called AA Instagrams where he can post whatever he wants without any checks, and that's where the real conspiracy starts. People are saying that these secret accounts might have been where he dropped hints about this crazy baby rumor. It's like Mason has been living two lives online, and now every post seems to add another twist to the drama. This is how the drama started, and trust me, it only got messier from here. The article further reads, the posts originally shared on a Kardashian-focused subreddit before being deleted fueled speculation. In a Q&A session on the account, Mason reportedly responded affirmatively when asked if he had a child, stating, "Yeah, I did." Further posts allegedly referenced the situation as being forced upon him, calling the child a failed protection. Oh, and by the way, the post on Reddit also got deleted, and that's when people kind of started believing that there might have been some truth to it. Otherwise, why would the Kardashians freak out so much to the point of getting a post deleted? Anyways, let's look into some of the Instagram posts that Mason allegedly put up regarding the baby in question. Here's the first photo that the supposed Mason account posted during the Q&A when a fan asked for his daughter's photo. He then went on to say he doesn't have any clear photos of her face. I mean, come on, how does he not have better pictures of his daughter? And then things got spicier when diehard Keeping Up with the Kardashians superfans even spotted that the photo's background is actually Kourtney's house. In this other post, someone else asked if he had a baby, and he responds as saying, "Yes, I did." Then there's this one where he says Piper wasn't planned and that it was a failed protection. Yikes. The other article on the same issue said that the question sparked a lengthy discussion on the platform. It leaves us asking if Mason's posting has outdated Scott Disick and Kourtney Kardashian as grandparents, or if the teen was only seeking attention. So on the one hand, some people believe it was true, while others dismissed it as outright BS. On the other hand, many of Mason's fans felt that he was just messing with us, seeking attention like only he can. Back to that deleted Reddit post on the topic, people had interesting takes. One person wrote, "This is really really weird. He could be trolling people with this. It's more believable then that it's actually real. The problem is his family doesn't have much credibility. Others assumed that Mason might have been hacked, like it was all a confusion. But even in the chaos, y'all know it is never a dull moment on these internet streets, and so some fans had a field day, making this a meme moment like this one who said, so Kourtney's a grandmother, Kris is a great-grandmother, and MJ is a great-great-grandmother, and the Lord is a grandpa, and Baby Rock is an uncle, and I still remember Kourtney literally pulling Mason out of her in his birth episode, and now Mason is a father? Loves, it was a whole mess, and you can see why Kourtney had to put a leash on her son, because people were legit believing this. But before we can even get to what Kourtney said, we gotta talk about Mason's dad, Scott Disick, because Scott might have low-key added fuel to the fire with some comments he made, and y'all, people ran with it in the worst ways possible. According to People magazine, appeared on the first episode of Kourtney Kardashian's podcast, Chloe in Wonderland, and shared that his 15-year-old son Mason has started to become interested in girls. Disick said that while he's supportive, he does have a few ground rules that Mason has to abide by. And now everybody's wondering what kind of ground rules he's talking about, because if Scott had to set rules, does that mean that Mason has already been wild in behind the scenes? The streets definitely had questions, and some started connecting dots that didn't even exist. Like Mason liking girls somehow turned into Mason being a whole baby daddy overnight. Make it make sense.
And I just said, it's like, you can do whatever you want, just don't lie and don't manipulate any girls.
Good.
So if a girl tells you she wants to maybe do something with you and like hook up or whatever, if she knows that like you're not in a relationship with her, don't tell her you are just to get something out of her.
At first, many found this to be super solid advice, but after Baby Piper drama, they are saying that maybe he said this because he already knew that he was a grandfather and that his 15-year-old was already having steamy moments with girls. Back to Mason's supposed account. Someone asked him if he is involved in Piper's life, to which he said he sees her sometimes. Some other person asked, why are you so sad, bro? I mean, you have everything to be happy with. And Mason said, I can't buy good parents, though. Now, that response sent the internet into a full-blown spiral, with people saying the Kardashians always find a way to control just about anything and anyone, but when it comes to controlling their kids, that's where they draw the line. But again, y'all, let's not forget this is all just speculation. Nobody actually knows if this was even Mason to begin with. Guys, the long and the short of it is that people were super confused. It turned into one of those messy situations where you just believe whatever theory fits your vibe. Someone even said, I wouldn't put it past the Kardashians to pull every string imaginable to get it completely scrubbed off the internet. Mason knocking someone up at 13? The scandal. They would never admit it. Poor child. And if we're being honest, the Kardashians are no strangers to baby scandals. Kourtney especially has been haunted by that wild rumor that her youngest son, Rain, was with folks swearing up and down that Justin Bieber is his real dad. So now having her eldest son wrapped up in another baby drama, yeah, it is just definitely not the look. Another comment read, it sounds like something a 15-year-old boy would think is funny, like something he and his friends would do after school to cause drama and stress out their parents. And that's exactly what made this whole mess even messier, because every side had a point. Plus, once the blog started running wild with it, things got out of control real fast. Also, important to remember that Mason has previously made controversial social media posts raising doubts about the authenticity of the account. Some fans believe that the claims are false, while others remain skeptical. Nevertheless, the more you dug, the more you bumped into new details. Like this one other article that wrote, Mason allegedly said he did not want the child and that the teenage mother of his child was in his art class. But just when you think that this story couldn't get any wilder, Kourtney herself stepped in, and y'all, she did not hold back. When Mama Bear Kardashian speaks, you know it's serious. So Kourtney hopped on her Instagram stories on March 2nd and said, I rarely address rumors or conspiracies about me or my family, but this is about my child, and it feels wrong to let anyone believe these lies for even a second. That these lies are remotely true. They are not. Mason does not have a child. Those accounts pretending to be him are definitely not. They are fake. She also reminded people that Mason has been super private over these last few years, unlike when he was younger and kind of all over the place online. My son really values his privacy, and I'm asking all media to please be respectful. He is a kid with feelings and a beautiful life ahead of him. Please stop spreading false narratives and spinning lies. And just to make herself extra clear, Kourtney dragged the grown adults who have been making content about her kids, saying, and to all the other people making videos about my kids, who, by the way, are please stop and leave them alone. At the end of the day, this whole situation was messy from the jump. From fake accounts to TikTok conspiracy theories and even Mason's own history of trolling the internet. But Kourtney made one thing crystal clear. Her son does not have a baby. She is nobody's grandmother, and she is not about to let random blogs and clout chasers play with her child's name like that. Honestly, whether you love the Kardashians or can't stand them, the kids should be off limits. And this time, Kourtney was 100% right to step in. The internet stays doing the most, but dragging a 15-year-old into fake baby drama? Not cute. Not cute in any way, shape, or form. So for now, it looks like the case of Mason's imaginary baby is officially closed. But on the flip side, knowing this family, it's only a matter of time before the next wild rumor pops up. That's it for this one, y'all. What do you guys think? Was the internet really blowing things out of proportion with this one, or do you think Mason low-key brought this on himself with his trolling history? Either way, let me know your thoughts down below. Thank you so much for watching, and don't forget to smash that like button, subscribe if you haven't already, and turn on your notification bells so you never miss the hottest tea and breaking news on your favorite celebs and influencers. Catch you in the next one. Bye!